This is how to play Set. Set is a family-friendly card game for 2 or more players, ages 6 and up, and each game runs 10 to 15 minutes long. To start the game, one player will shuffle the deck and then deal out 12 random cards. And you'll notice that there are 4 characteristics on each of the cards. Each card has either 1, 2, or 3 objects on it, and the objects are either orange, purple, or green. The shading is either empty, shaded, or filled in, and the shapes are diamonds, ovals, or those little worm-looking things. The object of the game is to find sets of 3 cards based on those 4 characteristics. But you'll evaluate each characteristic separately, and the set of 3 either has to have all of the same of that characteristic or all different. For example, this is a set because each of these cards has just 1 item on it, so that matches. They're all purple, so that matches. They're all solid in shading, so that matches. But the shapes are all different, so that works too. This would be a set because again, they're all the same color. The shapes are all completely different. The number of items on each card is completely different, but the shading is all exactly the same. However, this is not a set because although they're all solid, they're all purple, and there's a different number of items on each card, they're not all different or all the same shapes. There are 2 that are the same and 1 that's different, so this is not a set. Here are a few more examples of sets. This one is because they're all solid, there's a different number on each card, there's different shapes on each card, and the colors are all different. And this is a set because there's a different number on every card, there's a different color on every card, there's different shading on every card, and there's different shapes. Unlike most games, Set doesn't have turns. Everyone goes at the same time. As soon as somebody thinks they've identified a set, they'll scream out, "Set." Then they have a couple of seconds to pick those 3 cards up, and the rest of the players will validate whether it is or is not an actual set. If it is, the player who identified it takes those 3 cards and puts it on their pile. Then those 3 cards are replaced with 3 new cards, and the game continues until there are no cards left in the deck. If at any point all the players agree that there are no sets left on the table, an additional 3 cards are dealt out and the game continues. Every set that a player correctly identifies counts as 1 point at the end of the game for that player, and the player with the most points wins. However, if a player picks up 3 cards that turn out to not be a set, they lose a point at the end of the game. And that's how to play Set.